Alright folks, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. Or, as I like to call it, why 2014 ruined sleep for an entire generation. Yes, I'm talking about the game that Matt Pat made in every situation possible. The game revolutionized 2014, and I won't talk about the FNAF era of YouTube.
Was that the bite of 80s?
Surprisingly, the franchise still stands to this day, even if it turned a bit gay, with the last game being made in 2021. So the lore starts with William Afton and the guy from the first Mario. I don't understand how Scott Cawthon, the creator of the series, thought a serial killer working at a Chuck E. Cheese pizza place would be scary. Afton used the pretext of being a mascot and entertaining children so he could fucking kill them and stuff them in suits while enjoying it. Classic entrepreneur move. The ghost of the children decide to haunt him and eventually lock him in a suit as well by scaring the shit out of him. Talking about karma. And then we have you, the player, working your ass off for minimum wage by guarding the pizzeria so the animatronics don't come and, I don't know, break your fan. To be honest, I really don't know why the place needed to have a security guard in the first place. Like, it's not like somebody's gonna enter, steal something and then get out alive. But guess what? Despite Afton being fucking built like a wet cardboard box, this man somehow manages to dodge death, lawsuits and basic human decency for decades. Like, seriously, he's out there stuffing kids into suits, getting spring locked and burned alive multiple times, but he's still harder to kill than a cockroach on steroids. At this point, you can nuke the pizza place and Afton will just crawl out of the rubble like, I always come back.
Bro, just die, please. I have a single question though. Who's still fucking Java update available? Who's still taking their kids there? Who's rating Yelp reviews like, sure, the pizza sucks and the animatronics might kill you, but my toddler loves the ball pit. And don't even get me started on the animatronics. These things are more indestructible than Afton himself. Burn them, they're back. Smash them, still fucking kicking. At this point, they're basically possessed Terminators in furry suits. Except instead of I'll be back, it's more like let me cram your ass into a suit full of knives. Why? Because I have unresolved trauma.
That's a good opinion. Oh wait, it doesn't stop at just trying to get people in their costumes. No, they're also hungry for frontal lobes and small kids' heads. The game takes place in multiple variants of the pizzeria, or if not a different location entirely. Like sister location, which will be a great idea for games like this, but Scott decided this is not good enough and also released Ultimate Custom Night. Five Nights at Freddy's Ultimate Custom Night is the game that ruined the franchise for me, because I cannot see the game as a horror indie lookout anymore, I just see it as a fucking nightmare. By the end of it all, the real villain isn't Afton or the animatronics, it's the fucking pizza place that somehow keeps reopening despite literal child murders in the Yelp reviews. FNAF isn't a story about survival, it's a story about why the health department exists. Yes, sad, but please look at the sick ass cinematic 3D animation of Circus Baby dancing on a FNAF song. Y'all wanna talk about gameplay? Well, it's a stress simulator with jump scares. The whole thing is simple. You sit in a security office, monitor cameras, and make sure the homicidal animatronics don't crawl into your personal space. Oh, and you got a limited amount of power because apparently Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria can't afford to pay the electric bill. Oh yes, the classic Freddy stare. It's like he's saying congrats, you failed at babysitting a bunch of homicidal metal limers. But the real genius of FNAF? It's not the jump scares, it's the tension. You're sitting there, listening to the fan hum, flipping through cameras and praying to whatever god you believe in that Bonnie doesn't show up in the hallway. No, it's pure anxiety distilled into a game. Love it or hate it, there is no denying that FNAF left a massive impact on gaming and internet culture. It basically kickstarted the indie horror game trend, inspired countless imitators and gave us one of the most bizarre complex horror universes ever created. Oh, and it has movies and books written after it because why not? But the real legacy of FNAF is the way it made horror fun. Sure, it's terrifying, but it's also weirdly charming. It's a game about haunted animatronics and murder, but it's also a game about mystery, community and the kind of creativity the only internet can deliver. So there you have it, folks. It's scary, it's ridiculous, and it's somehow become a cornerstone of internet culture. Whether you're here for the jump scares, the lore, or just to laugh at how absolutely unhinged this franchise is, FNAF has something for everyone. Just maybe don't play it alone in the dark. And on that note, I'm going to check my closet for animatronics. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep your cameras on, your doors locked, and your sanity intact.